that's the inflation dashboard that I built to analyze the reasons of inflation as well as effects of inflation. So let's see what kind of insights we can get from this dashboard. So first visual is the correlation of three lines. So what are those three lines? The black one is the inflation of cost price. So in retail, cost price is the price in which company buys products from distributors, right? So red one is retail inflation, shelf price inflation, let's say. The blue one is a year-over-year change of margin, specifically margin percent. Okay, so we can see that starting from 6 months, the retail price started to drop, decrease it, and get down in negative numbers, while cost inflation start accelerated and went up till 24%, while the margin change is getting down and down and decreased in negative numbers as well. So this is really expected when the gap between cost price and retail price is getting smaller, right? So we can see that gap in absolute values right in here. So the black one is cost average price, while the red one is retail average price, and we can see that the cost average price started to increase from 5th month, while the retail average price is getting down, and the gap between them is getting smaller and smaller, which means the loss or decrease of margin that we could potentially have. But often category managers tend to say that decrease of margin is related to the promo share or increase of promo share. In that, for that cases, I put the visual of promo share, which compares the promo share of current year with previous year. So you can see that in previous year the promo share was quite small, around 2%, and we can see that actually, yeah, promo share increased starting from 5 months from 4% to 25%, right? So yeah, from 5%, the retail inflation decreased from 16 to -7 in 7 months. So actually, yeah, the decrease of retail inflation can be related to the increase of promo share, which describes the decrease of margin percent, right? So let's dive deeper and see the correlation of LFL sales with retail inflation. So the red one is retail inflation, while blue one is LFL sales. So we can see the sales in revenue. This means in monetary numbers, but also in quantity. So now I'm seeing quantity, so I can see in revenue, but in quantity it's more visible. The correlation between these lines is more visible. So those bars are absolute values. You don't have to look at them right now. So yeah, we can see that when inflation rises, the LFL sales LFL in here means the comparison of the same number of stores in previous year and in the current year. So we can see that when inflation rises, the LFL quantity gets down, but when inflation gets down, the LFL sales gets up. So this correlation means that the category is really sensitive to the change in price. So actually, I did hide the category in privacy purpose, but yeah. And also there is something called composition of revenue year-over-year change. What it means? So uh, revenue year-over change might be because of what? Let's say revenue increased by 30%. So this increase might be described by the increase of average price, right? But also the increase might be because the volume itself, let's say the number of customers itself increased, right? To see which factor describes the change of revenue, there is the composition of revenue change. So you can see that in fifth in first month, right? The volume effect is 20%, while the price effect is 3%. So this means that the revenue increased by 3.8 plus 20.7 by 25 or 24%. So revenue increased by 24%, and 20% increase is because of volume effect. So I will dive into the composition in another video. So for now, let's just keep it in mind. And in first month, volume effect was really high. So we can see in absolute values at the background. So yeah, and we can see that in first month the promo share was at the top, comparing to other months of that first quarter. So yeah, it describes the rise of volume right here. So yeah, also you can see here average check of current and previous years. So also there is the penetration of the subcategories in the categories that we select from this filter. So you can see that in 7 months the penetration or share of sales of third subcategory, which is 73%, kind of holds the 70% of sales. And if we drill down to that subcategory, and if we see this tendency, this trends in 7 months in that subcategory, we can definitely say that particular subcategory is the reason of overall trends in the overall category. So yeah, this dashboard kind of gives all necessary information about the reasons of inflation, what drives inflation, and also what kind of outcome we can get from the inflation, rise or drop. So yeah.